Welcome to the Hindi video on adjectives. The first thing we are going to cover are ending adjectives. The second thing are exceptional ending adjectives, and the third thing will be all other adjectives. So let's get started. With ending adjectives, the first type of adjective that we can cover are those that precede a male noun. These male nouns can either be singular or plural. If you do have a singular male noun, that would result in no change for your adjective. However, if it was a male plural noun, what would happen is the ending would change to an a ending, which would imply that it would be plural. If you had a female noun, if it was singular, the ending would change to e, and the same thing would happen for plural. So let's look at an example. So if you look at the word big house, that is a male singular noun. So the word big house would translate as bada makan. However, if you were to change house to a plural thing, so big houses, what would happen is your bada would change to bare. So on top of the d sound, you would add the a sound or the a matra, and you would cut off that a matra. So now you have bare makan. Note that makan might not necessarily be implied as plural. However, when you are writing sentences and you're trying to talk about multiple houses, when you want to say big houses, you would say bare makan. Now let's look at a feminine example. So with feminine words, let's think of the word kitab. So if you were going to say big kitab, you wouldn't say bada kitab. You would say bari kitab. So if you notice, there is the e matra that is added on. Now let's look at the word ka. Some words aren't adjectives that are like big, green, small, things like that, but they would imply possession. So you are using the word ka. So if you were going to say like my book or my home or my brother or my light, something like that, if you're saying me plus ka, that becomes mera. And mera is an ending adjective. So this would change in similar ways. If you were going to say my book, for example, it would be meri kitab. Now, if you're going to say something like my home or my house, you would say mera makan, because your ending adjective mera would always agree with the noun. Makan is masculine singular. Book is feminine singular. So now let's move on to the exceptional ending adjectives. So exceptional ending adjectives have no change. So even if they end in and you're preceding a feminine noun, you're not going to change. So these are going to be sava, which means 1 1/4, badhiya, which means excellent, ghatiya, which means inferior, dukhiya, which means unfortunate or unhappy, peda, which means born, zara, which means a little, zinda, which means alive, and taza, which means fresh. So if we look at an example, you can see that this word is not going to change. So the example that we have here is unhappy woman. So with unhappy woman, you would know that you would say dukhiya aurat. Dukhiya doesn't change to say dukhi. It would just be dukhiya aurat. And now let's look at all other words. So in all other words, that would include consonant ending or other vowel ending words. You're just going to have no change. So this is anything that would end with a consonant or other vowel. So for example, lal. Lal means red. And so lal would not change. So if you were going to say lal makan, that's not going to change. So let's do some practice. So number 1, we can look at the word tall girl. So I'll give you a little bit of time to figure that out, and let's see what you guys get. Okay, so you should have gotten badi ladki. So you wouldn't say lambi ladki. Like lambi means long, so it's not like the girl is necessarily long, she's tall, so you say badi ladki, because girl is feminine singular. Now let's try number 2. For number 2, we'll say a little salt. Okay, you guys should have gotten zara namak. So if you note, zara means a little, and it's an exceptional ending adjective, so it doesn't change with the word salt. And last example we'll try is number 3, red wall. Great. Okay, so you guys should have gotten lal divar. So remember, red is translated as lal. Lal is a consonant ending adjective, so it has no change regardless of what is placed in front of. So that's all it for today. I hope you guys understand adjectives in Hindi a little bit better now, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next video.